Hi, welcome to this Excel tutorial video on macros, covering creation of macros, how to amend a macro that's been created, and we're going to look at some VBA or Visual Basic for Applications, which is the coding language that is used when writing and recording macros. This video was recorded in February 2021 using Excel 365. So a macro, as I've explained in the previous introduction to macros video, a macro is a series of steps that have been recorded and saved so that they can be executed anytime in the future. It's a time-saving device. It works really well. So if you find yourself repeating the same steps over and over again, if you record a macro of those steps, all you need to do is execute the macro and it will execute the steps for you. So I'm going to record a macro. I'm going to record a header that I want to use, and then I'm going to demonstrate that it's worked, and then we're going to do some amendments to it once it's been created. So to record a new macro, we go down here to the bottom left in the status bar. We've got the No Macros Are Currently Recording button. Click here to record a new macro. I'm going to call it header. I'm going to give it a shortcut key of Control H, and then let us begin. So the first thing I want to do is go to my cell A2, and we're going to put in some text. Okay, so there's my text. I'm going to make that merged and centered. I'm going to make everything bold that's in my header. I want to make that to be larger, and I'm going to make these cells yellow and these cells green to show that they are showing different bits of information. So that's it, macro recorded. Let's stop that. The macro exists. If I go to a new sheet and I do Control H, it's created. There it is, bang, there's my macro. And actually you'll notice when my macro started here, the first step was to go to cell A2, and then it did all of the formatting. The final step was to come here, which is what my final step was in the macro before I've stopped recording. So it's remembered that last step where it took me down to here. Okay, so now we've got it created. What if we suddenly, alright, so address 3, I want to rename that to be postcode. What do I do about that? I could record a new macro, but if the macro is very complicated and long, that's going to take time. Better if we can just amend what's already there. And we can do that. So in order to amend a macro, we need to go in the Developer tab. Now, not everybody sees the Developer tab. Out the box, Excel doesn't provide the Developer tab, or rather doesn't make it visible. So you need to show it. So if you go to File, if you go to Options, you get this box pop up. If you go to Customize Ribbon, down here you've got this Developer checkbox. If it's not checked, tick it, click OK, and you should now see the Developer tab. So let's click on Developer. If we go to macros here, there's our macro. If we click Edit, this is called VBA, and this is the steps that the macro has recorded. So we can see I went to A2 and then I put in customer. I went to B2 and I put in customer name. I'm not going to get too bogged down in all of the syntax. What I wanted to do is I wanted to change this to say postcode instead of address 3. So if I do that, that's all I need to do. I can just close that. Now if I open up a new tab, a new worksheet, and I do Control H, it'll execute it, and you can see now it says postcode. Perfect. Now let's think, actually, do you know, I didn't want it to be that colour green, I want it to be a different colour green. So let's go back into our macro and let's see if we can find the bit of code that colours those fields green. So if I go to edit, if I go down a little bit, first of all, it's selected. This is the address bit, and if we go down a little bit more, in fact, here it is. This is the address bit, and there's the colour, and then this is the orders bit, and there's the colour. So there's ever so slightly different the way these have been coloured. So let's imagine that I wanted to change it to a different colour. I don't know what colour I need to change it to. Sorry, I don't know whether it's got a name or whether it's got a code. I don't know what the colour is necessarily. So in order to work out, maybe the colour that I need, I can record a new macro. So if I go here and I say record a macro, and I'll say make blue, and if I go to here and I find the colour that I want my background to be, which is that, and I stop my macro, I've now got a new macro that made that cell blue, and it's the colour that I want for my background. So if I go to developer, if I go to macros and I go to make blue and I choose edit, it should show me the colour that I need to make it blue, and there it is. It's this colour here. So if I copy that, and actually you can see above I've got the rest of my macro up above here. So if I change that and replace it with that, that should make the difference. So let's just go to here. Let's do Control H. Yeah. So it's a whistle stop demonstration. There's a lot to amending macros and VBA, but I hope you found that useful, and I hope it made sense. That's the end of this video. Thanks for watching.